Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. We're back in the car. Haven't had a car episode for a while. It's Sunday the 15th of December 2024 and as I saw on a Facebook posting from last year that it reminded me of, this time last year, my house was a plague pit, as I described it. And of course, we know what happened the next day. Yes, tomorrow is exactly 1 year since Liz was first admitted to hospital. And apart from two-hour visits home, she's been there ever since. A whole year. I never thought I'd say like a whole year. I remember when they said it would be a couple of weeks that she would be in intensive care to start with. I remember thinking that was a long time. We were a whole year that she hasn't been home. But here's the exciting news. We had a multidisciplinary team meeting on Teams on Friday at 1600 hours. Continuing healthcare was there, the hospital was there, representatives from Liz, the care home were there, and me and Liz, of course. I'm picking up Liz tomorrow. She's coming home. She's coming home exactly 1 year after she first went to hospital, which kind of seems fitting. We've had a couple of last minute hitches, one of which was, well, first of all, I handed in some forms at the beginning of November. One was a consent form so that I can talk to the surgery and the doctor about Liz with her consent and also her mum. And the second form, handed in at exactly the same time, was a medical exemption request to exempt Liz from prescriptions because it's going to cost a small fortune otherwise. Now here's the thing, they did the consent form because that's clearly on record. They had no record of the exemption form. I'll explain why I was at the doctor's in just a bit, but they had no record of it being received. But they were handed in exactly the same time. So that was hitch number one. However, subsequently to that, in Liz's NHS notes on her app on her phone, it now says it's been stamped, so I'm guessing somebody went looking for it. Yeah, I think somebody must have gone looking for it and has presumably found it. I reckon it was maybe stapled with the other form and somebody didn't bother turning the page. I don't know. Anyway, the second problem. Also, about over a month ago, Liz's GP signed a HOOF form. Home oxygen something form. Basically a form that will allow us to have oxygen stored at home in cylinders. And guess what? And so basically nothing's happened, and guess what? That's gone missing. So basically what happened was I was getting a bit twitchy that we hadn't heard back about the oxygen. So I went onto the BOC, British Oxygen Company website, and I was going to order some oxygen cylinders. Now, it subsequently turns out I can't do that because number one, they won't deliver to anybody but a business, and number two, they wanted me to basically do a subscription, so many cylinders per month. No, I just wanted a couple of cylinders, like for emergency purposes. Anyway, I found that out later. Anyway, I was trying to order this oxygen, medical oxygen, and there were like about a dozen different varieties of cylinder, and I know what I was looking at. I know what I wanted because I've seen them in intensive care. So I rang critical care and I said, hey, can you tell me what sort of oxygen cylinders you have, because I'm trying to order some. Anyway, they put me in touch with the respiratory assessment team, and I emailed them, and they said they've got no record of this HOOF form being received from Liz's GP. So anyway, we're in this multidisciplinary team meeting, which is basically talking about discharging Liz. And, I said, whilst we were in the meeting, the response came back from respiratory assessment saying they've got no record of the request. obviously this is a major issue. Now, number one, well, there is something to say that this is it. We need the oxygen, right, for contingencies. But Liz hasn't actually needed oxygen for a few weeks now. She was having a hydrotherapy session, and she walked to it, and on the walk back, her sats dropped through the floor, and she ended up literally on the floor, and they had to give her emergency oxygen. So she has to get wheeled back now. She just couldn't make it. They think she maybe had a panic attack, but she's not having oxygen routinely. So it is for emergencies. So anyway, whilst we were on this MDT, the GP has now submitted another hoof for oxygen provision. In the meantime, I went onto Amazon. Don't judge me yet. I went onto Amazon and got some 18-litre canisters of oxygen with a mask. Now these are these are not regulated. They're like on or off basically, but each one lasts 5 to 7 minutes, and I've got 3 of them, and it is for emergencies, and I figure it will be enough for me to get an ambulance out if there's a problem, because obviously our last resort, or if there's a problem, is to call 999, right? Anyway, Liz is coming home on Monday. I am going to pick her up tomorrow, Monday the 16th of December at lunchtime. I have used my last day's holiday with work that I've been keeping back for this occasion. I have booked it off, so I kind of have a long weekend. Right now, I am driving to Liz's mum's for dinner, and I'm going to pick up a bed frame that will allow Liz to sit up in bed, and some extra pillows. That is what I am currently doing. What else was I going to say? Then I'm going to go and see Liz for the afternoon for a few hours, pack some stuff. I've already started bringing some stuff home. Liz's mum came back from holiday this week, so Anthony is now back with her, and we're basically clear at home. So I've been building a Playmobil army of Romans. Yes, I know. Anyway, I've put them away for the moment, so I've cleared space in the living room, and we've got Liz's medical section with her nebulizer and the suction machine, which have arrived. The suction machine has a battery, so it's portable. There's some tables with medical supplies. We had some medical supplies given to us by Holy Cross, and there should be more arriving. Hopefully also, when Liz's prescription exemption comes through, we can start ordering stuff online and she won't have to pay for it. And then last night I also cleared away 3 massive bags of books, and they're really heavy, from the bedroom, and reorganised the bedroom slightly so that Liz can get in and out of bed easier, and she can sit on the side of the bed. The bed is pushed up against the wall. The reason being is that Liz was falling out of it, and she'd broken her knee once, and if she broke it again, that would be end game. So basically that's why it's up against the wall. Anyway, that's the good news. So she's very nervous about coming home. I'm very nervous about her coming home because she's going to be my responsibility to keep her alive. She's had a visit from the care home people last week. Basically, I believe the plan is for them to come for about an hour and a half every morning, about 9 o'clock, help Liz get out of bed, have a shower, etc., etc., and then come for an hour between 6 and 8 in the evening to help her go to bed. In the meantime, it will be my job to keep her alive, feed her, medicine, all the usual kind of stuff. So it's a little bit daunting, and she's very nervous about coming home. But I've done all I can at home. I've had massive modifications made to the home. I've done minor modifications to the home myself, and there's nothing more I can do at this stage. The carer will probably moan that we're too cluttered, but tough. So that's what's happening. I'm going to have a nice dinner now, and then going to go and visit her. There's nothing more I can do at this stage. Nothing more I can do. So, tomorrow, I hope to have some footage of Liz leaving hospital. I hope to have some footage of her sitting in this car next to me. And I'm going to park and I'm going to use a disabled space because I've got Liz's disabled badge here, which arrived a couple of weeks ago, and I bought a nice case for it. And it's going to be brilliant. We're going to have a Christmas. We missed Christmas last year. I spent it in the hospital. We all spent it in the hospital. We're going to have a Christmas and we're going to kick this year in the teeth. Here's another thing. The leak in my floor, it was a leak in the floor. So I don't know if you recall, but I was hoping against hope that it was not a leak in the floor. It was. I'm a very lucky boy. The guy from HomeServe came out and he was going to get a team out with acoustic hardware and software to detect where the leak was, but eventually he found it. It was in a pipe leading to the dishwasher. So he started excavating behind the dishwasher, and I thought, brilliant, that's the best place it could possibly be. But then he had to chase back a little bit beyond there and we had to pull the lino up. Now, I'm a very lucky boy because, number one, he was able to roll the lino back. He was able to find the leak, fix the leak, and recover with cement, which he's not meant to do. HomeServe said they wouldn't do that, but he's done it, and we were able just to roll the lino back. And after a couple of days, I was able to push the dishwasher back. So you look at the kitchen and it's like nothing's happened. However, he did say that all of the pipes in my extension are likely like this. The extension was built about 20 years ago when Anthony was born, and it's possible it could happen again. But I'm not worrying about that right now. I shall worry about it if and when it happens. But basically, the pipes were wrapped in plastic wrap and not in the sort of hemp kind of sacking material that you're supposed to use. And basically, the concrete's eaten away at the plastic and is now attacking the pipes. So we've had 2 leaks within 4 years within 2 feet of each other. So it could happen again, but let's hope not. So that was one other potential last minute hitch for getting Liz home that I've managed to resolve. Let's see what the year throws at us now. But I'm determined that we're going to tell this year to naff off, and it can just die this year if it was an entity. I'm not liking the 2020s very much. They suck. But we got to keep buggering on. We'll make the most of it. Anyway, for those who may be interested, I was going to explain why I was at the doctor this week. I have been somewhat neglectful of my own health over the last year for obvious reasons. I've had other stuff on my mind. Go on. I regularly get messages from my doctor saying, hey, can you take your blood pressure? And I've just been ignoring them, if I'm honest. But anyway, I thought I ought to finally... So what happened was, I had this abscess down there and I made an appointment for December, and then I ended up getting an emergency appointment to sort it out, and I kept the appointment for December. And I had a few things I wanted to talk about, which I won't go into detail here, but I needed another sort of diabetic checkup because I haven't had one for a long time, at least 18 months. Because I am diabetic. Because I eat a crap ton of crap, basically. Lots of sugary things. So my blood sugar levels are through the roof. So anyway, I got good news. My blood pressure was 130 over 85 or 132 over 85, something like that, which I got told was good. I've lost 4 kilos in weight since I last was there. I got good circulation in my feet. I am now 6.68 feet tall, so I've lost a tiny bit of height, which is to be expected at age 53. I'm going to start to shrink now, so not quite 6'7" anymore. Also, I used to have annual requirements for checkups for my eyes because of the diabetes thing, and that went to every other year, so that was looking good. So my diet is crap, and I've always known that my diet is crap. But I don't drink and I don't smoke. I've never had a puff of a cigarette in my life. Not one. Does that make me boring? Probably. As for drinking, I haven't really drunk since I got married 23 years ago. Never used to drink. Then I used to drink socially when I lived in Portsmouth, and very wet city Portsmouth, loads of pubs. I lived, worked in Portsmouth, everything was in walking distance, didn't have a car, etc, etc. It was a work social thing really. But then when I got married, I'd rather spend money on Lego. So, you know, I got these things going for me. And I'm quite heavy, but I'm also very tall. So I don't necessarily think these BMI, body mass index things, are terribly reliable, if I'm honest with you. But what do I know? What do I know? So anyway, that's why I was at the surgery. So I had this doctor's appointment, and then they booked me a follow-up, basically for the next day, which was good. So I had to juggle getting Anthony to college, going to see the nurse and getting all my stuff tested. I had blood taken and I've given a urine sample, usual kind of stuff. And then I had to get home for the builder to come. So it was a very busy day, but also I think it went okay. So obviously just waiting for the results from any blood or wee-wee, you know, see what happens there. They'll moan at me about my blood sugar. I don't care. I've got bigger fish to fry at the moment, but I thought I'd pay lip service to my own health for once. So there you go. That's why I was there. I've got a big bruise on my arm here where I had the blood taken. Massive. Well, not massive, but quite big. I don't know whether you can see that. Anyway, yeah. So that's why I was there. For anyone who might be interested, you're watching this, so I guess you're interested vaguely in my life. And if you're not watching this, then I'll never know. If you comment that you didn't watch this bit, then that means you watched this bit. If you don't comment that you didn't watch this bit, I'll assume you watched this bit. Either way, I'm going to assume you watched it. I don't know. I'm talking a lot of rubbish now. That's total ramblings for you. Anyway, I had a very nice dinner. I'm very full now, and I'm on the way to see Liz, and I will be there in 42 of your Earth minutes. I believe the oxygen has been delivered at home. They couldn't fit it in the parcel box, so it's been left on my mat. Now, I was tempted to go home and get it indoors, but I'm not going to. There's 4 cameras facing the front of the house. 1 camera down the side of the house, 2 cameras facing the back of the house, 2 cameras internally. But there's 4 cameras facing the front of the house. So if anybody wants to steal it, well, they're going to be captured on camera. And it's medical oxygen. What are you going to do with that? Don't know. So anyway, yeah. Go and see Liz. Pack up some stuff, take it home. Maybe spend the evening playing some games. Haven't got work tomorrow. I can get up a bit late, which is nice. And I'll probably have to swap sides of the bed so that Liz can get in and out easier. Whatever. I'll do whatever's needed. Yeah. Say hello to the boys and girls.
Hello, boys and girls.
Tell them what's happening.
I'm in pain in my rig. It's very sore and very red, and I have pink stuff to put on it to try and make it better. I'm going home tomorrow, hopefully. I'm coughing well, but I'm well. The chef says in with me.
Oh, that's nice.
The nurse says she missed me.
That's nice.
Or a nurse, not all of them. And the physios might miss me. I'm not sure. I've given them a bit of a roasting over the past few weeks
Why?
because it's fun. They laugh. Other than that, I'm in bed, ready for my nebulizer and my painkiller to go to sleep. Later on, I have that at 10 o'clock.
Show us Ralph. Ralph's been with you in your whole hospital time, pretty much.
It's only a year and a half.
Hmm?
It's only a year and 6 months old. He's
He's a
very,
good boy, Ralph.
he is. Ralph is very good. I hug Ralph at night.
So how's your overall experience been here?
It's a lovely place.
Hmm?
It's a lovely place, and they're lovely staff, mostly. And it's been very good, but it's been too long. I need to be home, and I need nobody near me if I'm going to get ill.
Yeah.
If you are ill, or have a cold, or a cough, or flu, you're not welcome in my house,
No.
unless you're completely covered from top to toe, with
In
only
plastic.
with only your eyes poking through.
Okay.
And no mouth or no germs.
All right. So I'll see you tomorrow about lunchtime. Say goodbye to the boys and girls.
My boys and girls.